Hello FPL managers and welcome to the brand new Fantasy Premier League season for 2022/23. Thanks so much to everyone that's in the stream early. I've seen a couple of messages in the chat that for them it's not live, but for us, we're into the game, it's working. You head over to the website, you can select the brand new team for the new season. We are of course very hyped coming into this year. It's going to be awesome, it's going to be so much fun. As you can see here, a brand new colour scheme. It is looking very fresh. I do like the blue compared to the purple of last year. The layout is looking very nice. And of course, we're going to be going through the squad selection as well. Looking at the poll really quick, Haaland is coming first in the poll. 100% of the votes as the essential FPL asset for this season. If you haven't left a vote in the chat, then please do as well. Let us know who you guys think is an essential pick for the upcoming year. So with that being said, we've got a brand new layout. Pick your squad. Use your budget of 100 mil to pick a squad of 15 players from the Prem. Create and join leagues. Now, also one thing to note is that the league code on the screen now is not that is last season's league code. So don't put in the league code that we've got in there and trying to get in to the new join our league for this new season, because it's not. We haven't made that our league yet. So we will update the league code once we do. Make our team and then make the league as well. And he's finished making his team, looks fine. Alrighty, so with that being said, let's go on to the brand new squad selection page. This is looking absolutely awesome. Awesome colour scheme. I'm really liking it. The money remaining in players selected looks really cool with the green and red around that. And then the position, the colour scheme here is awesome for adding goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders and forwards. All looking very, very cool. Wow, this is awesome. There's a lot to take in for the new year. We have been making a couple of other drafts as well on the Fix website. Also, let us know, guys, if you are able to watch the stream at this current stage. Just 3 of us, that's it. I see, yeah. Just keep fucking going. Alrighty, so I guess with that being said, let's get into the drafting of the team. We're not going to rush it and try and just get in for a good FPL ID either. We're going to be going through it at a normal pace, I guess, you say. So, in goals, we'll filter it by goalkeepers. I do like the cool animation as well. 6.2. Oh, okay, so... I am confused as to what is going on right now. With the pricing, looks like it's got last year's pricing, so it hasn't updated for this year's pricing, which is interesting because all the players on the side are from last year's prices. So I guess with the new graphics, let's go ahead and make what the team would be like for the new AFPL season. It's very interesting that FPL has been released like this. First of all, there's definitely a bit of stuff going on here. So yes, it does. It looks like they've released FPL with updated kits, updated graphics, updated everything, but the prices have not been updated for some reason. This is very strange. And also, anyone else, let us know what the situation is. with that if you guys are having these issues as well. I'm just trying to have a look as well. Interesting. Maybe I have to refresh. There we are. Perfect. Okay, cool. So the prices have refreshed now. That's good to know. Okay, so for some reason, yeah, they released it, but it hadn't updated on the computer. That's all good. Alrighty, so with that being said, with the new prices, let's have a look at the team. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Everything's working now. Let's go through it. So in goals, we're liking David Raya. We do like Brentford's opening fixtures. Raya had a very high points per game last season at 95 points in just a handful of games. He was very impressive at 4.5 million. 8 clean sheets in 2100 minutes, 78 saves. He definitely offers good potential with the saves and the clean sheets. And yes, they have a lot of the fixtures on here as well. And by the way, guys, look at the graphic design of this new FPL season. It looks very clean. I do like it quite a lot. Very nice colour pattern and everything like that. Leicester away in the first week, Manchester United at home in the second week, and then an excellent run of fixtures. Look at that, from pretty much now until game week 15, some superb fixtures for Brentford on the FDR as well. So with that being said, David Raya goes into the side. For sub-goalkeepers, we are going to go for 4 million goalkeeper. Olsen, he played, I believe, a game. 1 point in last season. He's coming in at 4 million. We know he's going to be the backup keeper at Aston Villa. For Emi Martinez, or £4 million, doesn't really matter there, but he's gone into the side. Now on to the defenders. Let's see how we can push the luck with the premium defenders. We've got Trent, we've got Cancelo. They're the compulsory options. Of course, I did really like the signing of Perisic. He'll be filtered by price. They've got Chilwell there at 6. I think he's going to be a great pick for the new season. Perisic at 5.5, I think is great value. 4 premium defenders this year, I think, could be the way. And that being said, that brings us to the last defender. Probably going to be, I believe he's 4.5 as well. It's going to be painful. Sorted by total points at 4.5. Max Kilman, 106 points at 4.5 million. He's got some excellent starting fixtures, so definitely one that we think could be a nice option in the squad. And now looking at the midfielders, Mo Salah straight into the team. Don't even worry about that. He is locked in. Outside of Mo Salah, I really liked his Liverpool counterpart in Luis Diaz. He's not going to come up either, is he? We'll go for filtered by Liverpool. There he is, Luis Diaz. He's probably going to be getting plenty of starting minutes. I believe since game week 24, he started 75% of the games, which was more than Jota. And at £8 million, he is definitely a very good value. Sahil server error 403 in the app. We've got it on the browser, so maybe head over to the web browser, mate, and it could fix the issues. We haven't tried it on the app actually, but let us know if that gets the job done. Otherwise, in the midfield, Salah, Luis Diaz, and there's one that really caught my eye from Wolves, which was Pedro Neto at 5.5 million. If you have a look at Wolves' fixtures, they're awesome. Up until game week 6, a very good start to the season in terms of their fixtures. So at 5.5 million, I think he's going to be great value. As a Wolves fan myself, I think he's going to be getting plenty of starting minutes. He is definitely a first choice winger for us. He's excellent when he plays. He was able to get himself a goal against Liverpool in the last game week of the season as well. So I think he's going to be a great value in midfield. And as the other main midfielder, starting midfielder, I did like the look of the Arsenal assets. I was going to go with Bukayo Saka at £8 million. I did think he was a little bit too expensive. So we have gone. We will then look at Odegaard at 6.5, Smith Rowe 6, but Martinelli at 6. He had the best expected stats per 90 out of any Arsenal player. Actually had better expected stats per 90, even compared to Bukayo Saka as well. So he should be getting plenty of starting minutes as well. And at £6 million, look at Arsenal's fixtures to start the season. Just wonderful in the first 5, even the first 8. One match with an FTR rating of over 3. That is absolutely lovely for Martinelli. He had a decent season last year, 110 points, 6 goals, 7 assists in just 1,800 minutes. That's fairly nice, definitely a nice little short-term option there in the midfield. And that brings us to our last spot, and I actually haven't seen this man's price be released, but 4.5 midfielders. If we can filter by midfielders here, I want to see what mids are at 4.5, and there could be good options. So it looks, wow, that's going to be tough to find a 4.5 midfielder, isn't it? Wow. Jacob Murphy's probably the best one. 1,400 minutes. So they've actually made 4.5 mids kind of tough to find. 1,600 minutes. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. We've saw by minutes played. Moda had... Wow. Okay, interesting. I see how FPL are doing it this year, making it a bit more difficult. I mean, Skip probably gets a lot of minutes for Spurs, but now with the signing of Basuma, his minutes are probably going to decrease. So I guess for now, we just go Moda at 4.5. Interesting. I was expecting Douglas Luiz to come in at 4.5. Very, very interesting. Anyway, that brings us to the forwards, which is, of course, the position that everyone is looking at right now. And that is because of this man here, Erling Haaland. He's going straight into our team. There's no debate there. He looks to be an excellent pick for the new season. 11.5 million was probably $1 million cheaper than I was expecting. And Man City's fixtures are looking excellent. Another one that I really liked the look of was Ivan Toney, £7 million. He could be a nice value pick. And that leaves us with 5.5. I do like the idea of 3 starting forwards, which means we're going with Undav from Brighton, the new signing. I think he's going to be getting starting minutes. I like this team. It's a very loaded premium defence. Trent, Cancelo, Chilwell, Perisic. The midfield is nice with Salah and Diaz, and Neto and Martinelli as the differential / budget picks. Then Haaland and Toney are going to be the main 2 starting up top, and Undav there at 5.5. Hopefully get some decent minutes for Brighton. Let's enter this squad. Let's get the name sorted out here, lads. And of course, Wolves is the favourite club, and then enter that squad. And there we go. There it is, 19,500 total players so far. And then, of course, captaincy. I'm really liking their setup as well. The team kit design, fan league design, league and cup design. Very clean. And the bench as well. I like the green fade. The pitch design is clean. The name and logo design is clean as well. Everything is looking very good this year. Very, very nice. The bench boost and triple captain buttons are looking juicy. Cameron Kirtley, how do I do this, mate? Head over to the FPL website, and it should be all good from there to search up Fantasy Premier League. We're going with Mo Salah captain in Game Week 1. Also, let me know in the chat, guys, who you are captaining for Game Week 1. Are you going Luis Diaz? Are you going Mo Salah? Are you going Haaland? Maybe go for a punt. Trent Alexander-Arnold could get the clean sheet and assist. Let me know who you're thinking of captaining in the first game week of the season. For me, we're going Mo Salah. That man always gets returns in the first week of the season. I feel like, knock on wood, he is a very nice game week 1 option. Let's get that bench sorted. Undav there in the second bench position. I'm hoping he can start. Obviously, this is the first draft, so this team is going to be changing. It isn't, of course, it's not locked in. So we'll get that sorted throughout the preseason with news and injury and stuff like that. Okay, and then in terms of our league, we'll try and set up our league as well. Yes, but for now, let's get the full 15-man squad. There it is up there. You've seen the starting 5 briefly. I also just want to have a look at some other prices. I believe most of them obviously were released on the FPL website. Rafinha is one that wasn't released. £7 million for Rafinha. That is too much money. FPL really can't be doing that. That is too much money for the man, and he's probably going to be leaving anyway. So, I mean, if he leaves, Leeds are getting relegated, let's be honest. Zaha was a midfielder. That was confirmed, which is good to know. Otherwise, any other ones? Richarlison, 8.5 forward. Interesting. I don't know what his starting minutes are going to be like. Whether he's going to be the bench option or he's going to replace Kulusevski. 8.5 million for Richarlison is interesting. And Gabriel Jesus, I haven't seen this. £8 million for Jesus. I was expecting 8.5 to £9 million for Jesus. But 8 million is nice. Arsenal's fixtures, as we've touched on, are excellent. Pretty much now until game week 9, they are very, very solid. So it just depends whether we go for Martinelli or Jesus. Of course, if we go for Jesus, then it's going to be a very different looking side. I mean, I wonder how we do that. We'd have to get rid of Tony, maybe. And then drop Martinelli down to a 5 million player, but it's just probably not feasible. Because I don't think we have any money in the bank with that side right there. So that's going to be interesting to see whether people go for Jesus or Martinelli. That could definitely provide some selection headaches. And the other change we can make is whether we want Max Kilmore, the likes of Ben White there at 4.5. Either or, I think they're both very good picks in both fairly solid defences as well. Arsenal probably got better long-term fixtures and probably do have a slightly better defence, so we can just lock that like that. Of course, cost 0 points. That is a team right now. Crystal Palace away for Ben White. We're sitting first bench. I think this would be the starting 11. Yeah, I think this would be the starting 11 for the first week of the season. Crystal Palace away. Not necessarily the easiest fixture to get a clean sheet. As I say, this is a first draft, so we'll have to go from there. Of course, things can change. So, I guess now we go about setting up a league, and we'll get the league code up as soon as possible. We can probably leave it in the chat somewhere so you guys can join our FPL league for the new season as well. So, and let's just check out the whole website. Admin down here. Way out to the bottom. Perfect. So, looking at the fixtures. Palace Arsenal at 5. So, yes, obviously all these times are in Australian time, so don't get confused by that. Perfect. So, Crystal Palace Arsenal first game, and then we've got Saturday, I believe Saturday will be in the UK, the lunchtime game, Fulham versus Liverpool. And then check a bit of goal rush on, I reckon. Leeds Wolves there, as well as Spurs and Southampton. Everton Chelsea, and then on Sunday, Leicester and Brentford and Manchester United and Brighton. And then a very highly anticipated game, probably the game of game week 1, West Ham versus Manchester City. These two have had some decent battles in recent times, especially the 2-2 draw late last season. That was an excellent match as well. So, yes, very much liking everything for the first week of the season. Of course, you can use chips already, but we're going to hold on to our chips for as long as possible. But it's awesome that FPL's launched now. Finally, it's been a long time coming. The colour scheme looks excellent. Everything about it looks really clean. The whole layout looks awesome. The colour scheme and all that. The pick team transfers looks nice. I do like the colour scheme of the player name and fixture as well. It looks awesome. And let's also check how the FTR layout looks as well. So yes, looking at that, it's fairly similar to last season as well. I like it. I do like the new colour scheme. The best 4.5 midfield starting options. Yes, I know. That was something that we were concerned about as well. It looks like FPL have really cooked you on the 4.5 starting options this year. There's not many. Murphy's, like, I was filtering it by minutes played just because you want your players playing first and foremost. Moda played the most minutes at 1694, which is really, really not ideal. So it's going to be, it's not great, is it? I mean, Skip, maybe, but I don't think with Basuma in there, he's going to be getting many minutes. Sumare at Leicester, I'm not sure about that. 4 short leads, I don't think so. Otherwise, I'm not sure who's going to be getting the starting minutes at 4.5. It's a very interesting one. I mean, so who's coming in at 5? I just want to Rice at 5, Romeo at 5, Douglas Luiz at 5. See, that's really cooked everyone. I was hoping Douglas Luiz would be 4.5. Basuma is 5. I was hoping he would be 4.5 as well. So there's definitely some issues with that 4.5 midfielder slot. Yeah, I was really hoping Douglas Luiz would be 4.5 there. Romeo was 4.5 last year. Basuma was 4.5 last year. I mean, surely, Dewsbury Hall. Come on, son. Get in at 4.5. Joe Willock at 5. I mean, he's probably the most attacking asset out of all these 5 million players right here. Maybe him and Dewsbury Hall. I mean, wow. But definitely in terms of minutes played, Moda is the highest at 4.5. So I guess you go with him for now. I was thinking of a 4.5 mid from promoted teams could get more minutes. Yes, that's a good point, actually. That's probably going to be the way to go. Because, looking here, it doesn't look like there's going to be any options from non-promoted teams. We can look. Let's go for... Bournemouth. I'm guessing they're going to have a 4.5 mid. Yeah, and then we can just obviously have a look at the minutes they all got last season and break it down from there. See, they've got 4 mids at 5. 5 mids at 5.5. Damn. Only 1 midfielder at 4.5. Interesting. Forest. They got 4 mids at 5 and then 1 at 4.5 as well. So, it looks like FPL are really trying to cut down on the 4.5 mids. Which is a very weird design. Also, guys, we just chucked the league code in the chat. R67UTK. That is the brand new league code for the new season. We will be updating that on the stream overlays as well. But for now, if you guys want to join our FPL league, it is right there on screen. We'll just reload the page as well. It should have updated on here. Anyway, so going back to that, Nottingham Forest, they had they got a couple of 4.5 options actually. They had 4 5 million options. And then Fulham, sort by price. So, Wilson at 6 is obviously starting. Decoy over here starting. I don't think you're going to get... Jesus, you're not going to get there at 4.5. That's going to be difficult. Interesting. Maybe the 4.5 forward is better than a 4.5 midfielder this year. That is strange. That is very strange. Because, it does not look like at all there's going to be options. And, okay, well, I've just been given an update. Okay, so cool. So they just loaded on the injuries as well, I'm guessing. So Moda's got the knee injury right now. But anyway, while we're trying to find a 4.5 option, I'm not sure who people are going to go for. Aman, alright, I've just tuned in. And how long did it take you to receive your email from FPL to verify your account, please? We did not have to do that.
We didn't have to do it, but there is people which it's taking a very long time
to load for, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not too sure how long that will take for you. Yeah, interesting. So I'm not sure what the 4.5 option for FPL manager is going to be in midfield. Obviously, you're not going to be motor anymore, yeah, unless you go for like a Skip or a Winks or someone from Tottenham, maybe. That'd be the only other option there. So obviously playing for a decent team. Basuma at 5. I'm not going to spend 5 on a keeper there. Sorry, on a midfield sitting on the bench at 5 million, that's for sure. Looking at the poll, Salah now the most essential pick with 39 votes. 64% say Salah, 28% say Haaland, and Son and Trent. A couple of people chipped in with them. But yeah, very interesting. We'll have to see what people do as well. It'd be interesting where people go with Haaland or Harry Kane at 11.5 million. And how people organise their teams in general. It'd be interesting to see. Obviously, yeah, forwards don't seem to be the position to target this year. Very interesting dynamic FPL this season. Yeah, it looks like maybe five starting midfielders is what you have to do. Like drop Tony down to upgrade Motor. 11.5 million, so yeah, I have to put in a 4.5 forward. So we go forwards price 4.5. Greenwood, he was the highest scoring one at 4.5. And then what does that leave us with? 7 million in the midfield. That's probably enough to do something. If we wanted to look for a midfielder. Max price at 7. Ward-Prowse, Bernardo Silva, Zaha, Rafinha. I mean, Trossard at 6.5 could be worthwhile going for. He's got some nice starting fixtures outside of Manchester United, but we already have Undav from Brighton. So he's one to consider. Harvey Barnes wasn't bad at 7 million. Leicester's fixtures, sort of a mixed bag, I believe. Up until game week 13. So Brentford at home is nice. Arsenal away is difficult. Southampton at home is nice. Chelsea away is difficult. United at home is nice. So it's a bit 50-50 there. We've got the Arsenal attacks. There's no need for Odegaard, Smith Rowe. Oh, yeah. It's just whether we think Tony's going to outscore. Like even a Wilfred Zaha, I don't believe his fixtures are the greatest. Arsenal, Liverpool and Man City is 3 out of his first 4, no thanks. Bernardo Silva, I don't know about his starting minutes. Rafinha, I don't even know if he's going to be at the club next season. And 7 million for Rafinha. It's a bit of money. And yeah, with that Calvin Phillips as well. I'm not sure how Leeds are going to give their forwards much service. I believe West Ham got difficult fixtures. City in the first week, then Forest, Brighton, Villa, I guess not bad. And Tottenham, Chelsea, and Newcastle. Interesting. Maybe Tony is the way, maybe he isn't the way, I'm not sure. Call back from Forest, FPL King, mate. Welcome to the chat as well. Good to see you. Everyone check out FPL King. He's got a YouTube channel as well. We'll see. We messed him up. Happened to my nana and she couldn't join my mini league. That is devastating, Martin. Longstaff is a good 4.5 option. He played a full 90 minute in his last 4 matches of the season with Newcastle. Will be my man. Alright, fair. Colback, is he a starter? Cat burns as well. It seems that the best way to do it is to go through the web browser instead of trying to do it on the app. There was a couple of other comments as well that the app was giving them a bit of trouble, so I think the best strategy is just to do it on the website. So the other consideration is also whether Kyle Walker is a better option than Cancelo. At £5 million, that is ridiculous, because unless they sign someone in that position, he did start over half the games last season, which is ridiculous. Also, considering that we do have 7 million in the bank, there is that absolute bargain lad from this team here. This man here, 6.5 milli. Brighton and Brentford, then Liverpool at home and Southampton away. I mean, Leicester away, that's not a red fixture. I'm just going to be honest. Leicester's defence was average as last season. Arsenal at home, nice. Crystal Palace and Leeds. So probably, apart from Liverpool, I'd say that's a solid starting 8 fixtures. I mean, I'm hoping that he gets some starting minutes for Manchester United because he's obviously good enough. He's just had a serious off year. So maybe Rashford at 6.5 goes in there. Like, whether we think Rashford's going to outscore Tony, I don't know. Because, yeah, the 4.5 midfielder options right now are dead. Like, lads, let me know in the chat. 4.5 midfielder options, they are dead this season. What is going on? Like, the forward line, there's not many good options this season. We go here. So then when we go Undav to Tony and then just cop it with a 4.5. Maybe that's what we have to do. Because I really do like the prospect of Tony. -1. So that leaves us with 5.5. Is that enough to get a decent midfielder option? 5.5. We go midfielders. Love the price. Okay, there we go. Finance Suja, McGinn, Henderson, Ramsey, Højbjerg, Damari Gray. Maybe. Everton's fixtures actually aren't bad to start the year, apart from Chelsea, Villa, Forest, Brentford, Leeds. The next 4. I mean, Douglas Luiz there at 5 is a scam. Joe Willock maybe at 5, but yeah. It's difficult this season. It is difficult this season. Yeah, so maybe just put Moda back in there at 4.5. Leaves us with a mil. I mean, yeah, whether Undav's going to start, I'm not sure. I'm hoping he will. Because if he does, that does give us a bit more flexibility. We'll remove him and go with Colback. We'll have to find out whether Colback's going to be hopefully getting starting minutes for Forest this year at least. I don't care about his attacking potential at all as long as he's getting the starting minutes. That's the main thing. I mean, that's a solid team right there. It's a very loaded defence. It's a very solid midfield. Tony's nice in the forward line. And I think, Tony with his starting fixtures, wow, yeah, look at that. Looking mainly at this batch here, Fulham, Everton, Palace, Leeds, Southampton. With those fixtures, I think he can outscore most of the midfielders at 7 million, hopefully. Anyway, that's what I think. He was sold last year. I believe 12 goals and 5 assists. 2,900 minutes in the first season in the Premier League. That is not bad. It's not a bad output at all. FPL Aiden, hello mate, Aidon. Welcome to the stream. yeah, I guess so. That is the first draft team at the moment. There's definitely, I'm not sure about this team though, because forwards kind of suck this year. I'm not gonna lie. The only two I consider really are Haaland, Tony, maybe Jesus, but if you just go Saka at the same price, he's probably going to outscore him just in terms of the extra points he gets. Martinelli at 6 million, he's probably going to match him similarly for points. So I'm not really too sure there either. I mean, and then Undav at 5.5. I'm hoping he starts. Otherwise, I might as well just go down to a 4.5 and save that extra mil. And see if I can spend it elsewhere. And then hope Jack Colback starts for Forest. And also what to do with Cancelo. Whether you want to go for Kyle Walker at £5 million as well. FPL King, yes, Colback is a starter. Perfect, mate. Thank you so much for that. Whether you want to go for Kyle Walker at 5 mil to save 2 million on Cancelo, because I mean, just if you pull up Kyle Walker real quick, that man, 1,700 minutes. He played over half of last season, and he was injured for a bit of it as well. 2 assists, 10 clean sheets. I mean, if they don't sign someone at left back or right back for that position, for that matter either, he could, if he's starting in the Man City defence at 5 million as a fullback, that is just ridiculous as well. I mean, if you just imagine Kyle Walker goes into that team, that's an extra 2 million. I mean, yeah, where do we spend it as well? You know, Undav down to a 4.5er. We'll just put Chuck Greenwood in as well. Like that. And then it probably gives us, what's that, 3 million in the bank. That gives us an extra midfielder slot. So 7.5 in the midfield, which is perfect. Midfielders, 7.5. It gives us access to a lot of options. Nothing crazy here. Maybe at 7.5, obviously Sancho's coming at 7.5. United have some okay fixtures. Apart from Liverpool in Game Week 3, I think up until Game Week 8, United's fixtures are fairly solid. So maybe you could go for him at 7.5. Coutinho's there at 7. We've already got the Arsenal assets covered off with Martinelli. Zaha at 7, Rafinha at 7. So definitely interesting. That'll give me 5 starting midfielders if we went Cancelo down to Walker and then Greenwood up top. So we'll have to see. Store. Bang, 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 bang. But yeah, that is the first thought at the minute. Jack, I'm stuck between Salah and De Bruyne. I don't know who to pick. I'd definitely go Salah. He's an absolute lock for me. First week of the season, 13 mil. I know he's expensive, but he's worth the money. He's an awesome asset. He always provides, especially first half of the season. He knows what he's doing. He scored 230 points in like 4 or 5 consecutive seasons now, which is just outrageous. Yeah. And Harvey Barnes as well at 7 million. Definitely a mixed bag of fixtures, but he is nice. 55% ownership. That's crazy. Well, actually, let's just check that. That's interesting. Let's just filter it by everyone. All players. Sort by ownership. Alisson, 40.8% ownership in goals. That's crazy. David Raya is, most popular at 4.5 play. Yeah, and Edison's coming in at 5.5 million as well, which is ridiculous. Perisic at 5.5 with a 77% ownership. That is ridiculous. Okay, I'm not sure why people are going Alonso at 56.1. Obviously, they don't know he's probably leaving to Barca. Thiago Silva at 5.5. Okay. John Stones at 5.5. I'm not sure he's the go-to for Man City. He's probably not going to be starting. Trent, 34% ownership. I can imagine that will probably stay similar, if not climb to 40. And then Chilwell, James, 26-21. All right, midfielders. Wow, that is not what I expected to see as the top-owned midfielder in FPL right now. Rafinha. I've just been bagging this man all stream. 7 million is too expensive for Rafinha. And he might not even stay. Coutinho. What is going on? Where is Mo Salah? Lads. All my days. Wait, have I filtered this by price? No. Wait, what is going on? Oh my goodness me. Mo Salah's the 4th highest on mid. 31% of people. And I know the people making teams now are sweats at FPL. Really? Salah's getting disrespected. Crazy. Salah's getting disrespected early doors, man. I'm just saying. Rafinha, Coutinho, Zaha, Barnes, Salah, Grealish in there, Bernardo Silva in there, Pedro Neto, and Luis Diaz. Yeah, these guys, Neto and Diaz are nice. Anthony, they're all high ownership because they're auto-filled squads. Yeah, there's possibilities as well, but I'm guessing people would have times to change them. I have to see, otherwise, okay, yeah, Richarlison, and then, okay, yeah, that's not surprising to see Erling Haaland. 30% ownership already. I think he's probably going to be the highest owned forward as well. Interesting stuff. It's always good to monitor the percentages and see as they go. Probably Salah will come out. Oh, it looks like Perisic is an elite pick anyway. I think Perisic, Trent, Chilwell, Cancelo will probably be the most picked defenders, I'm not going to lie. Salah will probably be the most picked midfielder. I think Neto and Diaz as well. A lot of people are going to go for them. Haaland, of course, there. Players that I think should remain differential, at least in our team for now, is probably Tony and Martinelli. Maybe Ben White there. What's his ownership straight away? 6.8, which is fairly solid at this current stage. Opinions on Nunez at 9.0. I think maybe a little bit too expensive. I know he's Liverpool starting forward, but first year in the Premier League from the Portuguese league. Diaz at 8 million in the midfield is probably going to get more nailed on starting minutes. I think he's just a better value pick, personally. I'd probably avoid Nunez for now. I saw that. To answer that question, Jack, the league code. We put the pin comment in the chat. Don't use the overlays, and also for everyone obviously watching the stream, don't use the league code that we've got showing on screen now. Use the pin comment in the chat. That's the code for our league. Anthony, 2 questions. Mount or Luis Diaz? Luis Diaz, unsure on Diaz minutes, and also thoughts on Rashford. I think Diaz's minutes are going to be great. You can't break it down. But anyway, since game week 24, which is I believe when he came in, or when he had a couple of weeks to adjust, he started, I think it was like 75% of games compared to Jota, who started something like 50%. So Diaz started a lot more than Diogo Jota. And even when he wasn't starting, he was coming off the bench. So he's probably the preferred option, I think. And most Liverpool fans that I speak to say that Diaz is the preferred option. And then thoughts on Rashford. Yeah, 6.5 million. That's an interesting one because you'd hope he gets some starting minutes this year with like Ronaldo up top, and then Sancho and Rashford as the wingers, and Fernandes or Eriksen as the cam. Because, yeah, surely like Alanga's not going to be keeping him out of minutes. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on Rashford at 6.5. He could be a sneaky differential as well for the starting squads, because United's fixtures aren't that bad. There's definitely a couple. There's a potential for a sneaky differential there in Rashford. 6.5. Look at these United fixtures, right? Liverpool at home, yes, that's a difficult fixture. Brighton and Brentford aren't bad to start the season. Southampton away in game week 4 is nice. Leicester away should not be a red. That should be a grey at max. Arsenal at home is okay. Crystal Palace and Leeds. So first 8 is decent. Nothing crazy, but it is pretty decent. So it's 6.5 million. If he's starting this year, that is a steal. If he can recapture some of that form. Also, Sancho is probably going to be more nailed on for minutes at 7.5 if you want to go for those consistent minutes. Arnav, thoughts on Jackie Grealish at a mere 7 million? Yeah, they've dropped the prices of a lot of the City wingers. Let's just filter it by City players as well, because I just want to discuss this really quick. Grealish, Bernardo, Foden, Mahrez, 7-7-8-8. That's crazy. Obviously, there's a lot of rotation there. Jesus is out of the side. I think Mahrez on the right wing, because Jesus was taking a lot of minutes off Mahrez. Mahrez on the right wing at 8 could be awesome, because his per 90 stats are so good. Especially in the Champions League as well. He was elite. Like Mahrez's per 90 stats, I believe, are like top 5 in the Prem last season. They were just awesome. And then if Sterling goes as well, Mahrez is looking nice on that right wing. And then, yeah, Grealish is not bad at 7 million as well. He was a bit underwhelming. Played 1,900 minutes, 3 goals, 3 assists. Mahrez, 1,400 minutes, 11 goals, 7 assists. That is outrageous. That is ridiculous from Riyad Mahrez. I think he'd be the one that I'd look at. If not Phil Foden, 2,100 minutes, 9 goals, 6 assists. So, yeah, the two I'd be looking at, probably Foden and Mahrez for me. Reese LFC. When they ask me to update my email address, they don't send me the email. Can you help? Is this when you're doing it on the app? I'd be doing it on the website.
Try going onto Chrome, because I don't think the Safari browser's working right now. I've done on Safari because I've tried logging in on Safari and it's just not working. So yeah, definitely try Google Chrome because it seems to be working fine on there.
Yeah, okay, fair play. So yeah, try Chrome instead of Safari. Anthony White over Tomiyasu. Surely you're going for differential. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, White or Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu is probably better. We've just chucked in Ben White there for now because it's just quickly whipped out that team. What about KDB? Yeah, £12 million. KDB is nice. He's obviously a fairly nailed player. 2,100 minutes, and he was missing a few games with injury. 15 goals, 8 assists was his highest goal scoring season last year. I think he's going to be great. He should be a differential as well. Well, he's 2.8% right now, but obviously it's not the most accurate in the world. When you've got Hahn at 11.5 though, I think he's probably the one to go for. I wouldn't say no to KDB though if you want to risk it. I prefer Salah in the midfield at 13 to KDB. You could go Salah and KDB and risk KDB over Haaland. That is also a possible option. Which it is, yeah, it's worth the risk if you want to go for it as a differential, for sure. Because obviously, yeah, KDB is going to have a way lower ownership than Haaland, that's for certain. Could you also review 4 mil defenders? Cheers, yeah, sure. Let's go through defenders. 4 mil. Okay, so we can first of all filter by total points last year. Looking here, obviously Williams, I don't think he's going to be getting many minutes. Tanganga, I think he's getting many minutes. Maybe Tompkins or Vestergaard. I mean, at 4.0, they're probably your best bets, I would say. Yeah, I'd probably say Tompkins and Vestergaard is the best bets at 4.0. Otherwise, for Wolves, Tony Gomez actually could get a couple of minutes, but with Johnny coming back from injury, might be a bit difficult for him. Otherwise, yeah, I'd probably say those two are the best options. Ferguson's an interesting one as well because he was injured for ages last year, and he was normally a consistent player for them. So yeah, probably between Ferguson, Tompkins, and Vestergaard from Leicester. Actually, Amati, I'm guessing would have gone up to 4.5 now. So maybe Vestergaard. That's what I'd say. Again, still can't sign in. What's going on? It says there's an error processing your request. Is that on Google Chrome on the web browser. Let me know. Alright, let's refresh the page actually. And we'll see ownership once again. What is everyone saying? Also, let me know what goalkeeper you're going for, guys, because obviously the goalkeeper prices have changed a lot. Mendy's at 5. And I see his ownership sneaking up there. David Raya probably looks to be the preferred 4.5 keeper. Or are you going for 5.5 for a Alisson, Edison, or Lloris? Okay, Perisic is... Okay, there we go. The ownerships are getting a bit more up-to-date and realistic now. Perisic has dropped down quite a lot. Trent... Reece James is there. I want to see... Yeah, it's interesting to see how Reece James compares with Chilwell, just because Chilwell is very injury-prone. Reece James, 1,800 minutes, 141 points. Yeah, I mean, Ben Shaw was excellent per minute. I think he had like 54 points in 6 starts, which is outrageous. Alonso, he's leaving Chelsea most likely, according to Fabrizio Romano. Tomiyasu at 4.5. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. Ben White out, Tomiyasu in. Let's make that change. Let's confirm that. So there we get... Can we see? Perfect. Okay, so these are the lads that have joined the league for this season. And yes, the code is the pinned comment in the chat as well if you guys want to join the league. There's everyone there. Also, lads, we are going to update the auto join link in the description as well. So, in a moment, that'll be fresh and updated. Alright, perfect. So, it should now be live if you refresh the page. It should be there in the description. You can check out the team and our league. Oh, Joel Matip. He was one I wanted to know the price of. £6 million for him. Not bad compared to Van Dijk. I thought he was a nice one. 3 goals, 3 assists. He's surprisingly attacking for a defender. You know, he goes in these little runs out of nowhere, and he could get himself a nice little goal or something. It's on Chrome. Interesting. And then someone else is saying they're having the same issue. Yeah, so, well, I'm guessing if it's an issue that a lot of people are having, then FPL should be working to fix it fairly soon. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure why that's happening. But yeah, hopefully they get it sorted out, because, yeah, if it's happening to multiple people. Can you please show to see Team ID? I'm pretty sure it's in the... Is it URL?
The what?
To see Team ID.
So you go to the pick me page, pick team page, and expand to the end.
So you go pick team page.
View game week history.
And then you go view game week history. I'll ask you just go here. So pick team, gaming history, and then yeah, you click on the URL there with the lock. Obviously, we're not going to do ours, but yes, you can see it by clicking on that there. Mendy goalkeeper and backup. Gaza as a 4 mil for me. Nice, yeah, fair play. 5 mil for Mendy is a very nice price for him. Signed pick for the 2 keepers. Yes, Salah at the same price as Mendy as well. He's 4th highest going goalkeeper. He made a lot of saves and had a great save percentage. 121 saves, 11 bonus points, and got an assist last season as well. That was inspirational when he assisted Jimenez for his first goal back from his injury. That was awesome. Robertson at 7, Matip at 6, Laporte at 6. Cash at 5.0 could be a nice one as well. And Reece James there. Salah, Bowen, KDB, Madison. I still think 181 points. I still think 8 mil. I'd like 7.5 mil for him, but anyway. Sterling 10 mil is ridiculously overpriced. Don't even go near Sterling. Tap in merchants not worth going near. Bruno Fernandes at 10 mil is probably not even worth it, especially with the signing of Eriksen as well, and the value that you can get in the Manchester United midfield with Rashford and Sancho. Zaha's a nice pick if he just gets some better fixtures. And Kane at 11.5. Kane or Haaland, what are we saying? Who's got the higher ownership right now? Forwards. Okay, so it's sort of the... Yeah, okay, so now Mo Salah's now become the top player in FPL in the midfield. Interesting. Haaland, 46% ownership already. Yeah, it's going to be... I think it's going to be another one of those Luke Shaw situations last year. Like, some people may not want to have him in the team, but his ownership's going to be that high that you're going to kind of be forced into getting him for the team. Haaland.
Do you want him?
I mean, yeah, I think unlike Shaw, I think Haaland will actually do well. But Kane at the same price, 192 points. His XG and XA were actually higher than Son's last season. And Tottenham's fixtures are good. So you could go Southampton. You could start with Harry Kane and then instantly transfer to Haaland in game week 2. Maybe that could be the play. Because Spurs face Chelsea and Wolves in game weeks 2 and 3. Forest away is nice. West Ham away is difficult. Fulham at home, that's nice. With a Man City, Leicester, Arsenal. So maybe that's a play you could make. I'm not sure. Kane for 1 week and then booking a transfer already early in the season, which can not be ideal, especially if you want to save up 2 free transfers if you get an injury as well. It doesn't give you much flexibility. Or if you just straight up don't think Haaland's going to perform in the Premier League, because obviously the Bundesliga is significantly easier than the Prem. But yeah, at the moment, that is what the team is looking like. Definitely there's potential for some changes, whether we just go for 1 forward or we fully drop down Undav to a 4.5 and then I'll look to upgrade another position somewhere else. And then instead of having Colback at 4.5, I'll go for 5 starting midfielders. And obviously, whether we go Tony down to a 4.5 and then upgrade Colback, whether we think Tony's going to outscore the midfielder that we bring in and whatnot. I'd be interested to know also what other formations people are going with. If they're going like a 5-4-1 or a 4-5-1. Or going for 2 forwards or 3 forwards. I generally like starting with a 3 forward formation because it gives you lots of flexibility to make transfers. But yeah, there's not many good forward options this year. Well, early on in the season at least, that's to say. Price. So Haaland and Kane, probably my 2 favourite forward options. But obviously you're only going to be able to afford one of them. I wouldn't go for 2 premium forwards. Ronaldo at 10.5 is a nice price actually. Vardy at 9.5 is a decent price. Jota and Nunez, maybe not as now forwards. Jesus at 8, I'm excited to see how he goes, but with Saka at the same price and Martinelli and Odegaard and stuff a bit cheaper. Calvert-Lewin, that price annoyed me so much. £8 million for a player that played like 2 games, 1,200 minutes in a season, and you're £8 million. Are you kidding me, FPL? That is ridiculous. How is he $8 million? Watkins at 7.5. Callum Wilson actually at 7.5 I do like. Difficult fixtures to start. Man City, Wolves and Liverpool. Well, actually even Brighton as well. Brighton are tough to score goals past. Brighton, Man City, Wolves, Liverpool. Then here's a decent little fixture run. Maybe you could jump on Callum Wilson then at 7.5 if he can stay fit. He's probably a nice forward option. Otherwise, yeah. You got Tony at 7. Wilson at 7.5. Bamford keeps getting injured and hasn't played in like 2 seasons. Calvert-Lewin's probably a bit expensive. And then Haaland and Kane. So, yeah, outside of Haaland and Kane, it's kind of looking dry. And whereas, yeah, midfielders, you got tons. Salah, De Bruyne, Son, Bowen. We'll have to see how he goes. Saka is nice. Luis Diaz at 8 million is good. Mahrez and Foden. Also Kulusevski. Interested with whether Richarlison starts over Kulusevski or not. like who's going to be starting there. Sancho at 7.5, Zaha, Barnes, Rafinha, Grealish, all at 7. Trossard 6.5, Rashford 6.5, St. Maximin's now a midfielder at 6.5, Martinelli at 6. There's just way more midfielder options. Anthony running a 4-5-1. Yep, I think that could be the new formation of choice for most managers. Just go 2 4.5 midfielders and stack that. Sorry, 2 4.5 forwards and stack that midfield. Could be the strategy. Havertz is a potential differential. Yeah, he is. He is. If he was just a bit more clinical, it would be nice. 112 points, 8 goals and 4 assists last year in 1,800 minutes. Honestly, not the worst. And I was looking at his expected stats as well. Him and Timo Werner actually have decent expected stats, but the amount of goals and assists they get, it's not ideal for the amount of chances they get. So we'll have to see it now. Yeah, with Havertz as a forward as well, he's probably not going to get as many points. Well, he won't be getting as many points. So yeah, we'll have to say there's definitely a lot to discuss. It looks like the 4-5-1, the one forward formation, is something that's going to be trending in the new season. At this current stage, this defense for me is not changing. Like Trent, Cancelo, Perisic, Chilwell, and then Tomiyasu at 4.5. That's awesome defense. The only one maybe is if there's news that Kyle Walker is going to be getting consistent starting minutes for Man City, chuck him in at 5 million. Instead of Cancelo. That'd be awesome. Just free up some money elsewhere. Otherwise, the midfielders are looking good. I think Salah and Diaz are nice picks there. And then Martinelli and Neto for now at that price to start the season with their fixtures they're good value options. And then Haaland and Tony up top. Window at 5.5. I could just take him down to a 4.5 player. Because if you're looking at the squad now, all 5 defenders are starting, all 5 midfielders are starting, hopefully, assuming Colback's starting, and 2 forwards are starting. Worst case scenario, if Colback doesn't even start, that's 5 defenders, 4 mids, and 2 forwards. So that's, what's that, 11, and then including the goalkeeper, 12. So you got the extra slot there regardless. Which is good. So that's 12 playing players, and then hopefully Colback players, that's 13. So that's not bad either. Save the extra mil in the bank. You're not tempted by Reece James? Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit, because obviously Chilwell does get injured a lot. It's just that his points per, like 541 minutes, 55 points, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 clean sheets. He's awesome when he plays. It's just how often that he plays. So yeah, I mean, if Chilwell and Reece James both played exactly the same minutes across the whole year, I'd definitely take Chilwell. But yeah, Reece James is probably a bit more nailed on. Also, Reece James did play centre back, like in the right centre back spot for a bit. And if Alonso leaves, Chilwell's pretty much got no competition at left back, whereas Reece James has still got Azpilicueta there, and even Loftus-Cheek played a bit in that spot at the end of last season, which was a bit annoying. Yeah, and Anthony again, yeah, Chilwell, Reece James, no clue to choose between the two. Yeah, it's going to be tough to pick. Like I said, at the end of the day, it comes down to personal preference. Can we do free transfers? Yeah, you have unlimited transfers. Well, yeah, it just says that. You have unlimited transfers before the Game Week 1 deadline, which will be August 6th, so you're fine. Why is Colback starting? I believe he should be starting for Forest. That's what I've heard from sources. But yeah, in terms of 4.5 midfielders, there's not many this year that are consistent starters. So, yes. I'll have to see how that goes this season. That's why I think a lot of people are doing 5 midfielders, because you can't get a 4.5 playing midfielder, it seems, this year. I guess that's another reason. So you might as well, if you can't get a 4.5 playing midfielder, you might as well make him a 4.5 forward that's not going to play anyway, right? But I meant, yeah, Colback should be starting for Forest, not starting in our FPL team. But that was the confusion. Foden over Diaz. Interesting, Riley. That's a controversial take. We'll have to see. I like Diaz a lot. 4 goals, 3 assists. That's pretty good. He's had the little period to adjust to the Premier League. He knows what it's about now. And I'm hoping some more consistent minutes this year for the man. He got lots of service. His expected goals and assists per 90 stats were awesome. I was having a look at them before, actually. When I was tossing up between him and Kulusevski. And Diaz's stats significantly outperform Kulusevski in the same price. And Foden, I mean, he's got the rotation risk, but yes, if he can get the consistent minutes, he'll be a gun for sure. But I like Diaz for now. Liverpool's fixtures are awesome. Even Manchester United away. That is, for Liverpool, Manchester United away, make it a green fixture. Give it a 2 FDR rating. They always slaughter Manchester United. First difficult one's probably Chelsea away in game week 8. So yeah, and I think Diaz is going to be quite highly owned as well. You're going to get punished if you don't go for him. Alfie, what time did FPL come out? Around like 80 minutes. Wait, when did we start streaming?
2 a.m. Melbourne time.
2 a.m. Melbourne time. I'm not sure what time that is in the UK. If you look up 2 a.m. AEST and then find that in the UK time, it probably around 80 minutes ago, I'm guessing, is when it got released. Felix, I can't open the game. Yes, you're not the first person that's had this issue. But if you're trying to do it in the app, I'd do it on the website. And if it's still not working, I'm hoping that FPL fix it soon for you because, yes, a lot of other people are having this issue. You reckon you'll upgrade Raya? Yeah, that's another thing as well, right? If we downgrade Undav to a 4.5, we can upgrade Raya to like a Mendy or someone who's obviously going to get a lot more clean sheets than Raya. Considering Chelsea's, I mean, they've been kind of nice on this FD, I'm not going to lie. Tottenham at home is a grey. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's worth going for the Mendy option in goals. Or even, if we get rid of Raya, so what's that? Chucking Greenwood in the forward line. Bang, what's that? 1 mil, 5.5. We can get any keeper in the game. We can go Lloris or Alisson or something. Who's obviously they're going to chip in with the 6 points every week. Maybe 7 points if they get 3 saves, but normally Alisson and Edison wouldn't have to make more than 3 saves in a game anyway. So that's why Mendy could be good at 5. Or Jose Sarr at 5, actually. He could be a good option to start the season. We've also got good fixtures. Let's check out Neto's fixtures there. Leeds away, Fulham at home. Tottenham away is definitely difficult. Newcastle at home is nice. Bournemouth away is nice. Southampton at home is nice. But then those 4, game weeks 7 through 10, I'll be getting off the Wolves, lads. So that's, I guess, a reason you wouldn't want to load up on Wolves, like triple up on Wolves, for example. Because that's 3 transfers you're making in game week 7. So yeah, that is definitely a potential option, for sure. Normally, typically at the start of most seasons, we start with a 4.5 keeper and then upgrade later on when we've built up more squad value. And I especially think Raya his price should go up by 0.2, 0.3 to start the season. And then the upgrade will be more affordable. That's generally how we start most seasons, but going for a Mendy at 5 million now could be worth it because he's very cheap. Let's check how many saves did he make actually last season. 130 points, 14 clean sheets, 73 saves. How does it compare to Alisson? Alisson 70. So he actually made less saves than Alisson. But Edison 60. So Edison pretty much makes no saves. Interesting, yeah. So Mendy's probably not going to get much save bonus, but you get the clean sheets with Chelsea. I think a lot of people are going to be doing it. I remember Raya got a clean sheet and save points for the first 4 game weeks last season, yeah. I'm hoping he does the same thing, because he's got good fixtures. Leicester away, United at home, and then, yeah, excellent run. We've touched on before. 78 saves in 2100 minutes, which is pretty good. 8 clean sheets. He's very nice. I think, yeah, he averaged 4 points per game last season, which was like, I believe it was tied 4th highest for keepers. So 4.5 million with good fixtures. Why not, right? He's got good save potential and clean sheet potential, which is the balance that you want for goalkeepers. But I like how FPL have made goalkeepers a lot cheaper this year, because no one used to go for 6 more goalkeepers. They're just a waste of money. But now at 5.5, they're actually decent value. Like Edison, 176 points at 5.5. He would have been, if he's a defender, he's the 5th highest scoring defender. And he's cheaper than Matip. 176 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would have been the 7th highest scoring midfielder. And he's 2.5 cheaper than Mount. So that's an interesting way to think about it as well. Across the whole season, he would have been the 2nd highest scoring forward. That's ridiculous. He's way cheaper. So, yeah, interesting way to think about it. I currently own both Sanchez and Raya to rotate. Not sure if it's a good idea, though. Well, if you check out Fantasy Football Fix, they give you the best rotation planner for defenses. Like they rank, you can like choose teams, and they give you the best team that rotates with that defense. So that's a good way to do it. Link in description.
First top link.
Top link in description. Fantasy Football Fix. If you want to check that out, 65% off with the link. But I know from the top of my head, Wolves and Crystal Palace rotate well. Arsenal and Newcastle rotate well. Arsenal and Wolves rotate well. Brentford, I think Brentford and Brighton do rotate well as well. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, they're probably the best 4.5 keepers in the game with a good save balance and clean sheet balance, I'd say. Points wise, Rashford v Tony. That's pretty much the debate we're having for our team, because we can easily just go Tony down to a 4.5 and Cole back up to Rashford. I mean, just based off last season, I'm going to take Tony, because Rashford's a bit of an unknown. Like his starting minutes and stuff. His starting minutes and how well he can recapture his form. But for now I'm going to go Tony. Brentford's fixtures are probably slightly better. Leicester away, United at home, Fulham away, Everton at home. First 4 fixtures are pretty good from an attacking standpoint. I mean, yeah, up until game weeks 10, 11, I'm liking Tony to start the season. 12 goals in the first season in the Prem. I take Tony for the first 10 weeks. Jesus or Tony? Probably Jesus in terms of who I think is going to get more FPL points. But obviously Jesus is more expensive. That's a very good question from FPL Aussie. I'd probably, regardless of price, I'd take Jesus for sure. But obviously that's not a thing. Just considering that Martinelli's 6 and Saka's 8. That's why I've not gone with Jesus, just because they have players in the attack that can maybe match him for points and are cheaper, and are midfielders as well. So they don't need as many returns. But if you don't have any other Arsenal assets in your midfield, then maybe Jesus is a gun pick. Because I think he will get a lot of returns. Should be getting some nice service. And his per 90 stats, he had the best expected assists for any forward, I believe. Last season, actually, Jesus per 90. And I think he had one of the highest attempted assists per 90 as well for forwards, Jesus. So, yeah. He's a pretty good player. But that was, of course, at Man City, though. He'll probably be top 5. I'm going to call Jesus will be top 5 scoring forwards this year. Kane, Haaland, Ronaldo. Who else am I forgetting? Vardy and Jesus, so it's my top 5. Jota as a forward, I don't think will score anywhere near as many points. And yeah, Watkins, Tony and Antonio, I don't think will match Jesus. That's my call. Is Undav nailed, or maybe even Welbeck can start over him? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure what his starting minutes are going to be like. I'll check if predicted lineups have been released yet, or like percentage chances of starting have been released yet by Fix. New pre-season site. I don't think they have. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I have to check a bit later. But fantasy football Fix generally give the percentage chance of players starting, but it's not been released yet. Yes, definitely. I mean, it's literally the first draft, and there's already issues of who's playing where, who's starting, and all that. There's lots to think about, that's for sure. Tony, Rashford, and Colback, or Greenwood, Foden, and Alanga. Probably Tony, Rashford, and Colback, because essentially Colback and Greenwood cancel each other out, so it becomes between Tony and Rashford, and then Foden and Alanga. So yeah, I go Tony and Rashford. FPL headache already. Yes, at least I got the general outline of the team. I know the players. Reyes are a lock. The defense is pretty much a lock. Salah and Diaz are a lock, as well as Pedro Neto. Haaland's a lock, I think. And the ones I'm debating would be what to do with Colback, Undev, Tony, and Martinelli. What to do with those 4 players. Potentially change those around. We'll see how they go. Yeah, because obviously Neil Maupay didn't have a great season last year, which is maybe... I mean, Danny Welbeck actually had a solid season for Brighton. So maybe he could be their starting striker, but I have to wait for the predicted lineup to come out for Brighton, who's going to be their forward. And if Undav's not starting, then I might as well just drop him down to a 4.5 at this point. And look to upgrade Cole back to a starting player. That'd be the idea, I reckon. To avoid having 2 4.5s on the bench that might not play. But yeah, that's pretty much all the main discussion points to go through for the first draft. Tomorrow we'll be releasing a full team selection video. Tomorrow we'll be releasing a full team selection video. Going through each player in more detail and everything like that. And whether the team stays the same as it is now or it changes a little bit over the coming days after we've thought about it. Thanks for everyone that has tuned into the stream. Also, we've left the pinned comment, as I said before, with our league code. If you guys want to join our FPL league for the new FPL season, then that is the code for it there. So yeah, hopefully everyone... I'll see you in the team selection video tomorrow. And with that being said, I'll see you